All right, so I guess a good category we could move to is merchandise. So we could break this into like two different subcategories where we just talk about overall quality of merchandise and then
Yeah.
sales. John Cena for sales. I mean, John Cena is the biggest merchandise seller. He's one of the biggest merchandise sellers of all time. I think he's second or
Yeah.
third behind Austin and Hogan. He's somewhere
Yeah.
like in that top three. Reigns maybe one day will crack the top 10, maybe. But yeah, I mean that like there's really nothing to debate there. Cena just statistically has done more sales, but quality of merchandise is an interesting one because Roman does have the Shield merchandise behind him, which the Shield merchandise was pretty good. And his the Bloodline stuff, his new merchandise is probably better than anything that Cena's had. Like
Thank you.
you could
Thank
maybe
you.
you could maybe even argue you could argue some stuff for Cena. Like Cena has the army shirt or maybe like his some people
Like
really
his
like
8-bit,
huh?
8-bit Cena.
Yeah, that one. What was the other one that people really like from Cena? I'm struggling to remember, but yeah, the Bloodline stuff, like the Mafia, the Sopranos stuff from
Mm.
the Bloodline. I that's like a top tier quality wrestling merchandise.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, personally, Kevin, once again, I'm happy you broke this category down to two because if we're talking sales and like all time, I guess recognizability with this Cena wins clearly, but just generally with like what merch looks like, I'd much prefer to wear. I'd rather wear like these like mafia style bloodline shirts with like either a picture of Roman looking like a gang boss with like Heyman, or like the bloodline, or like the acknowledge me, or the tribal chief, or all these shirts. I'd much rather wear that than some of these like neon colored Cena ones, which just has a big like on the back you can't like it was like see me, and like some of these shirts the color was very recognizable and distinctive. You got like bright green, bright orange. Cena did like he did the whole rainbow, pal. Cena did the fruity pebbles of t-shirts, pal. Cena did it all, but on the whole, Reigns is much more wearable and better in my opinion. That's just
Absolutely. And Cena's merchandise is more iconic. The John Cena T-shirt is just gonna be more recognizable. Like that's on the level of like the NWO shirt, the DX shirt, the Austin 316 shirt. You see someone in the streets wearing like a purple "You Can't See Me" shirt, you're gonna know what it is, whether you're a wrestling fan or not.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
So,
That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, I think I'll give sales and recognizability is obviously Cena, but as far as kind of how cool the merch is or like the quality of it, I'd say Reigns wins this category. So
yeah, right. Yeah, it just depends on how you look at it. I think
yeah.
overall, I would have to give it to Cena, just because like the numbers and the recognizability. Like you said, Reigns is better quality, but I think if we're talking merchandise overall as a category, I think it's got to go to Cena. But
Yeah,
it's
even
also
though Cena,
interesting. It's also interesting
like,
because like WWE, they don't want you to know that Jeff Hardy and CM Punk outsold Cena in the late 2000s and early 2010s. So that's also an interesting factor to put into perspective as well. But yeah,
but how the never give up? You can't see me. It's a nation like all those shirts with bright neon colors, pal. But you're telling me that they got outsold by someone? Excuse me. Like,
I know,
yeah,
isn't that
all
mind
good.
blowing?
I know, right? Shocking. Anyway, Kevin, we've covered merch. Let's move on.